Hello, everyone. It's Kinch. Welcome back to Barwick. And today we are doing a state of the Barwick Union for the month of August. And we have so much to discuss. I'm not even going to lie to you guys like I normally do and tell you I'm going to keep this short. I'm not. It's probably going to be a little bit of a longer video. But I think there's lots of good information in here. I could be wrong, but I'll break it up into sections. So if you want to skip around, you can do that. But I'm coming at you from the site of our most recent victory. Really great war. We got all the stars that we needed. We are going to come back later on in the video and look at some of these attacks specifically um, and kind of discuss them as they tie into something that I want to discuss about the clan as a whole. But the first topic on the agenda is not this war, it is our previous war. Let's go take a look at that. All right, so here it is, our previous war. This one's going to haunt me for quite some time. And it's not so much that we lost. I do hate losing these wars, but it's going to happen. Like, we're not going to be perfect, and I get that. And it's not the end of the world to lose a war. I had a chance to tie this up, and I flippin' blew it. And I may not have been able to tie it up anyway, but my attack was so poor that it's going to haunt me forever. But that's not why I want to talk about this. I want to talk about a couple of the things that didn't necessarily relate to the outcome of this war, but if we're not pointing this stuff out, it will cost us a war in the future. And that's the participation in this war. If I go to our team, and again, like, we're going to see team names, you guys know who it is. I'm not mad at anybody. So let me just say that. I'll kind of explain more. But if I scroll down here, you can see we had several people who did not attack at all. Now, there's there's some justifiable reasons for a couple of them. One, I happen to know had COVID. I know that because he's my son. And so I get that something like that may happen from time to time. The other is from, I'm going to name his name because I love him. And so this isn't me bashing him, but it kind of illustrates the point. At the point where Aki did not get his war attacks on, something is wrong. Like, the moon is not aligned with the earth. He is our most active player. But I know he's in university right now and he's doing exams. And so these things happen. Because of the number of people that didn't attack and because of who they were, most of them were historically very active players. I just decided to kind of put that off to the side, and I wanted to think about it before I did anything. And so what I decided is that this is just going to be like, we're just going to have an amnesty for this war. We're going to write it off as a one-off. Um, and I feel part of the problem is that I've been a little bit busy this month. I will be busy through the month of September, to be quite honest. After that, my time will be freed up a little bit. But because of several different things, I said, you know what, we're just going to grant an amnesty for those who didn't attack, and we're just not going to include them in the next war. If you are currently opted in and I did not select you for war, you need to speak up in chat and let us know that you are still active. I will not put you back in war until you acknowledge that you were in a war and did not use your attacks. Okay? So know that. Now, let's revisit kind of the way we have handled this in the past, because I'm going to kind of formalize what has been like an unwritten rule. And let's go look at our the most recent war to kind of illustrate this. All right, this is the log from our most recent war, and you can still see there are several accounts that did not attack. And these people are not in trouble, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, no one's really ever in trouble. There are two of you who should have attacked and did not at all, and that bothers me because we're really clear on that. And so again, I'm gonna starting now, we are going to kind of get a little bit more medieval on this. But there are several people who didn't attack, and they are accounts owned by people who I know I can get a hold of and who did attack elsewhere. So, for example, the best example of this is Little Simo. Little Simo is a Town Hall 8 account that King has, but I don't even think he logs in. I don't know when the last time he logged into it was. We don't ever really need Little Simo to attack to win a war. God forbid we do. But I do know that if we do need that, because he's showing me he's active every war, if we do need that, we can get him to attack. So because of that, because I know who's in control of the account and I know that they are active, and because we already had perfect stars and there was nothing he could do to change that, I'm not going to worry about that. So that I'm going to kind of formalize that as a rule. If you are attacking on at least one of your accounts and we have perfect stars, then I'm not going to punish the accounts that you have that don't attack. However, I am going to encourage you all to keep attacking even when we have perfect stars. And there's several reasons for this. One is it's just good practice, period. It's great practice. Number two, it's easy loot. It's really, really easy loot. I don't understand why more people don't use it as like a loot grind. Um, but also, it's a way for you, especially at the point where we have perfect stars already. You should be attacking. You should be limit testing. You should be seeing like what is the top base that I can get. And remember, you only need to get one star to get the loot. So like it's crazy. So again, going forward, we are really going to ask that you use both attacks. And if you do not, then we don't know that your account will remain in Barwick. So it's really our only rule, that and don't be an a-hole. But other than that, like we're pretty chill. So if you aren't sure that you can participate in a war, just opt out. You don't get in trouble for that. You can do that anytime you want. So I think we're pretty flexible with this, with the majority of stuff in the clan. So again, the one thing I'm asking, use both attacks if you are opted in. A couple of quick hit items. If you have not done the grandstand event, it's pretty fun one. It's I'll say more difficult than some of the others, but maybe not as difficult as I thought it was when I first did it. If you want a solution for it, you can check out Judo Sloth's videos, or you can check out the live stream that I did. And my solution is different than Judo's. So I did manage to complete all four of these over the Clashiversary month. I'm pretty good on the controllable ones. I'm not good on the regular ones. Additionally, Clan War League will start in 2 days and 5 hours. So I'm recording this on Friday night. So I think it actually starts Monday morning. Um, and we will join that as soon as it starts. So we will not start a war on Sunday. Normally, that's when we start our first war of the week. So we start on Sundays and Wednesdays. We will not start a war on Sunday. We will join Clan War League instead on Monday. So now is a great window for you guys to update any heroes. So I would encourage you to do that. For more information on Clan War League, know that I will put out a video probably Monday night when we get our Clan War League opponents, and I will do some predictions and I will give you guys some framework for those. We've got several new people with us, so I'll give you guys a framework for how we operate in Clan War League. All right, let's talk about the big item that I want to discuss tonight, and that's this big, beautiful roster of ours. And I wanted to talk about a couple things because some things came up in chat, especially after the war that we lost. And I think anytime we lose, because it doesn't happen very often, that starts people not in a panic, but we just start to examine things, and we're trying to think of ways that we won't lose in the future. And so everyone starts to come up with some ideas of what we need to do going forward. Um, know that I'm really kind of consistent with our approach, and I don't anticipate that changing too much. It will change over time. It will morph. I'm kind of planning for that, but I want to kind of explain our approach to recruiting and to roster management. And we're going to talk about kind of what we currently do and what will change in the future. One of the things I pointed out is that I don't typically recruit Town Hall 17s. And I want to tell you guys a little bit why, because it kind of ties into where we will be in the future. So if you look at Barwick, which we started in March of 2025, so about 5 months ago, if I'm doing the math right, which I have my fingers on my phone, so I can't hold them up to count, but I think that's right. 5 months. Um, Currently, we are clan level 8. We are in Gold 1 Clan War League, and our capital hall is level 7, and we are in Capital League of Crystal 1. These are all important things to note because when you start recruiting and when you're going after individual players, these are the things that they often want to know, especially when we are talking about players who are playing on higher level town hall bases. So if you go out to the Clash of Clans Discord server right now and you look, there are tons of Town Hall 17s looking for a new clan, and they almost all exclusively say that they want a clan that is in Clan War League of Masters or above, and they want Capital Hall of 10 or max, which is 10. And some of them aren't as particular about the clan level because the perks are nice, but they're not. They don't really impact as much as some of the other stuff. Uh, so one of the things is it's hard to recruit those Town Hall 17s because we can't offer exactly what they want for the most part. There are a few that will say, I need a clan minimum of Clan War League in Crystal, which we are very close to. However, one of the things that Rabbit pointed out, and kind of the main reason why I don't recruit many Town Hall 17s, is because if they can't carry their weight in war, then they're more of a detriment than they are help. So we have King Simo who can, 9 times out of 10, 3-star the opposition, and that puts us in prime position to win. So I'm gonna say something that maybe isn't that much fun to hear, but it is a reality, and we have to acknowledge it. And that is that while all the attacks in war are important, and we have to 3-star all the bases to win wars, it is the person who is at the top. It is their attack that is often the most important. So I mean that's the reality. It doesn't mean that the rest of the attacks aren't important. It just means, in this case, for a clan like ours, where we have varying levels of town hall accounts, King Simo doesn't have a lot of backup. And so we do eventually need to address that. And the best way to address that will be to, at least in the near term, will be to find another quality Town Hall 17 that can help out. The other way, and we probably are maybe closer to the second way, is to develop our own Town Hall 17 who is good at that. Now Shadow Walker I think is quite good, but he is often busy and doesn't opt into wars, and I'm not going to try to force him to. He is super friendly and helps us during Clan War League. Rabbit just went to Town Hall 16, so it's going to be quite some time, I think, until he's Town Hall 17. And the Ridiculous account, who is currently on a journey out and about in the Clash of Clans Nether, but will be back shortly. He that account we're maybe a third of the way through Town Hall 15, and heroes are pretty rushed, and so we're working to address that. So we are a clan full of mostly Town Halls 14s, 13s, and 12s. We have more 12s than anything else. We have a lot of 13s and then a good number of 14s. And that's a far cry from where we were several months ago when we started. But as we level up the clan and we kind of tick off some of these criteria that some of the better players are looking for, it will hopefully be easier to recruit some of them. Now, make no mistake about this. This is not a complaint, but recruiting is the single hardest thing to do in the game. I spend so much time recruiting, and it is, I don't want to say it's fruitless, but I mean, I probably, for every 20 messages I send out to people trying to get them to join, I might get one person who talks to me, and out of every 5 people that talk to me, maybe one will join. So it's a lot of time spent just kind of like fishing, trying to get somebody. Now we've had some success with Reddit, and we'll continue to do that, and hopefully that will continue to be as fruitful as it currently is. So there are some avenues that maybe we haven't tapped into yet that will help with that. But again, I don't know that we're going to be able to pull in some guys to help at the very top of the order just yet. But we're getting close. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because at the point where that is a possibility, that is going to change kind of the way we function, at least a little bit. So currently, we will take kind of, well, if you are a friend of someone in the clan, I'll take you at any clan level, or I'm sorry, at any town hall level. But otherwise, we're looking at you got to be a minimum of a 12. I think, let me see what I have for the join. I think, yeah, we have a minimum of a 12. We'll probably bump that up to a 13 here in the next couple weeks. we really are striving for people who are like 13, 14, like a higher 13, midway 14. And the reason for that is uh, the rest of us are progressing at such a rate that we're not going to wait for like a Town Hall 6 to get all the way up to catch up to us. One of the reasons why I bring this up is because at the point where we are actively able to recruit higher Town Hall level bases, and as we get full, and while we have 48 out of 50 right now, we're really not full. We've got some people that we're carrying because they're friendly and friends of the clan. But once we need the space, we will make the space. So again, once we get full and we can recruit some of these higher town hall bases, we will reevaluate people who aren't progressing their base. Like that will become a thing. So if you are, stuck at town hall 11 for 5 months, then at some point we're going to rotate those people out. Now, I say that not to like put people into a panic or anything. I really say it so people realize that that's what we're striving towards, right? The end goal is that Barwick is a community full of like high level bases and that we're quite good at war. That's the end goal. Please keep that in mind that at some point, be it months from now or maybe a year from now or whenever that is, we are going to get to a place where we are kind of full of players and we're going to have to start making some choices that are a little bit tough. But we will make those. One of the other things to keep in mind about this is going forward. I mean, this has kind of always been the case, but um, the further we progress, the more important it will be. Is we really need people who can really 3-star their opposition. The vast majority of us can do that really, really regularly. And again, let me be really clear. I'm not saying that you have to have a 100% 3-star rate because none of us will have that. Everyone's going to make a mistake. You're going to bring the wrong troops. You're not going to realize you have the wrong stuff in your clan castle. Whatever it is, like stuff is going to happen. You're going to misclick. I recently was just in a regular attack where I was looting. I sneezed and dropped my phone, and everything went askew. I mean, like stuff like this happens. So, like, hear me say that. But we are looking at like 9 out of 10 times. If I would argue, if you are a Town Hall 13 or below, I mean, 9 out of 10 times you should be 3-starring for sure, for sure. As you get a little bit higher than that, that rate will go down. But I mean, really, we should be 3-starring a lot. If you cannot do that, I need you to speak up. I need you to send me a message. Send me a message on Discord. Do whatever it is, and I will help you. I mean that. Some of you have taken me up on that in the past. I'll make videos. I will get online with you. I will do all kinds of stuff. But it's important to know that this game is designed so that you can 3-star. And I'm going to prove that to you here. I'm going to prove that to you in a way that hurts my heart. It hurts my heart because of one of the things I have to point out. If we just go look at the war that just ended that we won, we're going to go look at 3 different attacks. One is Old Man Awesome. I'm not going to watch the whole attack. But Old Man Awesome is a Town Hall 14, and he 3-stars this Town Hall 15. And this is a rock solid 15. It is not max, but it is pretty close. Most everything is leveled up to Town Hall 15 levels. And as a Town Hall 14, Old Man Awesome 3-starred it. Okay. Another attack by Ridiculous, which is me. Where is it? This is a Town Hall 15, 3-starring. I would call this maybe like a Town Hall 15.5. It is a Town Hall 16. It does have leveled up scatter shots and a couple of the, what are those called? The ricochet cannons and a couple things. But by and large, it is a 15. It's 15 plus, but this is a 3-star from just a plain up 3. I'm sorry, just a plain up 15. So easily doable. If I can figure this out, you guys can figure this out. The one that is gonna make me throw up in my mouth a little bit that I have to point out because it illustrates the point. Oh boy, Gamgee. Also, I think some of you have started to notice this. We've got some comments. Gamgee also 3-starred this Town Hall 15 and a half. And luckily, 2 things. Hold on. I got to pause it real quick because I'm going to point something out. But luckily, Gamgee is on another trip. I think last time I made a video, he was on a trip. He's currently on a different trip for the weekend. So luckily, I don't have to deal with his smug self. But yeah, he was awful full of himself. But I want to point out over here, he drops his queen. The frickin' goofball missed his arrow. He missed it. What a doofus. Gosh, he's terrible. I might kick him. But I point this out to point out that the game is literally designed to help out the attackers because Supercell makes more money if people are feeling good about playing the game, and we generally feel good if we can 3-star. There is no base that can be made in regular mode that is unbeatable. They're all beatable. We just have to figure out which attack to use. And so if you need help with that, please let us know and we will help, because at some point that is also going to be a marker, right? If our attack levels aren't good enough, we'll either just not be able to include you in war, or we're going to end up replacing people who can't regularly 3-star with people who can. Now, again, this is months away, but I don't want this to sneak up on anyone. And I also want those people that want a clan like that to know that that's what we're working towards. So I'm putting this all out there because if this isn't something that jives with you, now's the time to speak up about it, and like we can discuss it. If it is something that jives with you, but you're nervous about being able to hold up your end, don't be. Just let us know. We can figure this out together. I anyone like I said, if you have reached out to me before, or I have reached out to you to offer to help, um, know that like you guys can speak on it. I'll make videos. I'll get online with you. I'll do all the stuff. I love this game. I love this game. I don't understand how more people don't like it as much as I do. So that's kind of it. That that's I just wanted to kind of point those things out to let people know that, yeah, like, I mean, we recruit constantly and we're looking for good players are hard to find. The truth of the matter is that while Barwick is my favorite clan in the game, and I think it's the best, and mostly because of you guys. But I mean, we're not quite as high as we need to be to recruit the best players. We're getting there. We're really close. Hopefully, after this next Clan War League, we'll be in Crystal League, and that'll open up a couple more avenues for us. But until then, we'll just keep grinding. And so, yeah. One other thing that you can do that I don't think we do well enough is we really need to work on this Capital Hall. Usually when we do raids, at the end of the weekend, I'll have about maybe 30 participants. I'd love to get that up to like 40. We got 48 people in the clan. I know not all those accounts are active, but if we can get closer to 40, that would make me happy. So let's do that. All right. Deal? Deal. All right, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope that information was helpful. Know that I'm super excited about Clan War League coming up. I've been tweaking my spreadsheet for Clan War League. Maybe I will share that in my Clan War League preview video, and you guys can see what an absolute psychopath I am. Also, if you do see Gamgee online, make sure you mention that he missed his arrow. Please don't speak on the fact that he 3-starred that base, because I don't want to deal with his crap. All right, that's it. Peace out.